Hey, what's happening? I'm Scott. This is Motivated by Mountains, and today I want to talk to you about a 15-degree backpacking quilt that I've been using for the last 3 years that sells for $160. Okay, so the quilt that I want to show you guys today is made by a company called Paria or Paria. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that word, but I'm going to say Paria Outdoors. And yeah, I've been using this quilt for about 3 years. It is a budget-friendly quilt. I've been super stoked on it. Performance has been great. We actually have 3 of these quilts that we use for all the folks in my family, as well as loaning them out to friends, and everyone has been more than happy with them. So I wanted to share them with you guys. If you're looking for a budget-friendly quilt, you're thinking about switching from a mummy bag to a backpacking quilt, but you don't want to spend like $300 or $400, then this is going to be a fantastic option. All right, so what I want to do is just knock out the specs, and then I can kind of share my experience with you guys and let you know what I think about the quilt. Paria does offer a 30-degree version of this quilt as well as a 15-degree version. All 3 of the quilts that I own are the 15-degree versions, so all of my experience and everything that I'll be talking about today will relate to the 15-degree version. Now, the 30-degree version is a little bit lighter, but I think for the money you're going to invest, and because the prices are so similar, I think you'd be better off to just go ahead and go for the 15-degree. Granted, it's going to be just a couple ounces heavier, but you're going to get a much broader range of versatility. So the specs on these quilts, for the regular size, you're looking at measurements 78 inches by 56 inches and 2 pounds, 3 ounces total weight of the quilt. For the long version, you're looking at 84 inches by 57 inches and 2 pounds, 6 ounces for total weight of the quilt. Now, these quilts are made with 700 fill power white duck down, and I think that's one of the reasons that they're able to keep the price and the cost of these quilts so low. Now, I know that 700 fill is fairly low compared to the fill that you're going to see in most ultralight backpacking quilts. Most of those quilts are using an 850 or 900 fill power down, and even though it is a 700 fill power down, I've not seen that it's so difficult to pack down. These quilts actually compress very well. The shell on these quilts is a 20D ripstop nylon, and the inner is a 320T polyester pongee. And I found the quilts to be more than durable. Like I said, we use these quilts for backpacking trips for my family, and if my 2 boys have not torn these things up over the last couple of years, then nobody will. And just in case something does happen with the quilt, Paria does offer a limited lifetime warranty. I have had no issues with the quilt. Obviously, you get what you pay for, but for a $160 quilt, I've had no real concerns or issues whatsoever. The quilt does come with a compression sack. My recommendation would just be to go without the compression sack and just use a trash compactor bag. Put the quilt down into the compactor bag first, and then anything else that you might want to keep dry, roll it down inside of your backpack, and that's going to be a much lighter option than using the compression sack. It also comes with a nice big storage bag, mesh, plenty of space to stuff the quilt and make sure that it's not compressed while you're storing it in your closet or wherever you like to keep your gear. The pad strap system, it comes with 2 straps. Now you can either use the snap closures on the quilt to close the back rather tight, or you can use the pad strap system to just draw the back close together but leave a larger gap, or you can actually wrap the pad strap system around the pad, and that way your quilt is not going to slide off of the pad, and that'll help you to eliminate a lot of the traps. Now, I have found that this pad strap system is fairly easy to use. My 2 sons have been able to use it. I don't help them set it up, and they've had no issues whatsoever, so I feel like it works pretty well. Like I said before, the quilt is an open footbox quilt. There is a 3/4 length zipper on the foot box, and there's also a couple of snaps. So you just simply zip up the bottom of the foot box. Then there's two cord locks on the end of the shock cord. You just draw up the foot box nice and tight, and that's going to give you a nice warm foot box to keep your feet warm. Now, in warmer temperatures, you can just unzip the thing and lay it out flat like a regular comforter. We actually have used these quilts around our house quite a few times. I mean, they're warm, they're comfortable, so why not? The quilt only comes in one color. It comes in this nice green color on the outside, silverish gray color on the inside. And there's not a neck baffle on this quilt, but there is a shock cord with a cord lock that is centered so that when you snap the quilt around your neck, you're able to draw everything up nice and tight and trap all that warm air. So speaking of temperatures and experience with the quilt, so we have used this quilt, like I said, for 3 years. We've used it on tons of trips. We've used it on everything from section hikes on the AT all the way to international travel and taking it to Iceland and using these quilts over there for about 12 days and no issues, like I said. And the coldest temperatures that we have used these quilts, I would say down to the low 20s, and that is with just base layers, and then of course a nice warm hat as well as a buff around your neck. Okay guys, that's it. 3 years in running I've been using these quilts and I've been super stoked. So go check them out. Great budget backpacking quilt. I'll put links in the description of this video so you can find Paria outdoor equipment as well as the Amazon links. Now I did check and these quilts were sold out as filming this video, but I contacted Paria and they said they will have them back in stock within 2 weeks, so no worries there. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Lots more videos coming soon. And if you want to follow along on Instagram, you can follow at Motivated by Mountains. So I'm Scott, this is Motivated by Mountains. I will see you again soon. It's crazy, right? Where we at?
What's up? We are on top of this mountain with a giant cone. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, as you can see, there is a giant glacier behind us. I don't know the name of it because I don't know any names of this place. And then there's the ocean over there.
Yeah.
And then there's like random flatness, like for like endless miles. I can't even see the end. And we're in Iceland.
Iceland.
Iceland.